Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 9 of our Hard Times Hog Farm Gameplay Series. I am the Ultra Farmer, and in today's episode, we've got a ton of work to do. We've got a whole bunch of pigs, our barns are getting completely full, we've got to sell off and get a whole bunch of cash from our pigs. We are overflowing with pig waste when it comes to slurry, manure, all that stuff. So we need to be getting that stuff into our production facilities. We've got fields to work, and we've got pig food to make. So, without further ado, let's get into episode 9 and let's keep building this Hard Times Hog Farm. Okay, so I figured I would just kind of go through, and the first thing we do is do some chores around the farm. This is basically what I do every month throughout the year when we're not harvesting and stuff like that. And I figured I would just bring you back in, kind of show you my loops through the farm to get all the chores done. So what I do is I get everything stocked up with straw, which I just did with our tractor and our red trailer over there, and then I start pulling the slurry around. It's super nice having this tanker that's a little bit bigger. And also what I did is I put a bigger engine in this tractor. So this tractor, when we originally got it, all we could afford to do is get 115 horse in it. But it actually will do 135. So it cost me 7 grand, but I went and I got it upgraded, and it actually pulls this tanker. It pulled this slurry tanker before pretty all right. I mean, just around the farm, it wasn't too bad. But it kind of even pulls it even better now. So it's really great that I'm still able to utilize this tractor with like a lot of stuff around the farm, doing the slurry, doing the slurry, the fertilizer. I can even use some of the implements, like I can bale with it, which is pretty awesome. I can even like plant and stuff with it again, which is pretty good. Well, I could seed. I don't know if I'd be able to use our new planter. No, I wouldn't be able to use the new planter, but blah, blah, blah. What I'm getting at, she's still a pretty good tractor, and this thing really helped build this farm, so I'm stoked on it. We're getting a crazy amount of manure. We've got almost 100,000 liters in there. I've just kind of been waiting to haul it around because what I think I'm going to have to do is buy a new trailer. And the reason for that is we're getting to the point with these pigs in the barn where when I what I do is I get a full trailer, I dump 9,000 liters in, and then I leave the trailer sitting there, and overnight or as the month, when I sleep through the month, it just slowly pours out. That's kind of like our trick to keep feeding them. But it's at the point where they're going through 9,000 liters of food and then a trailer full, and like the health of the pigs in the barn right now is at 0%. Like they ate so much food, and it's because we got almost 500 pigs in the one barn that are all like getting really, really mature. There's not as many young ones in there anymore. Piglets, I think piglets is the word. Someone in the comments told me what it actually is. I don't know. Okay, let's shut this tractor off. I'm gonna go in and show you. So yeah, let's take a look at our pigs real quick. And we got some little guys, of course, because they're always being born, but we're getting a whole bunch that are starting to get really mature. 16 months, like 15 months, 14 months. Like these guys eat a ton of food, like a ton. And there's a whole bunch of them. Same within this, 14 months, 15. We got 50 pigs right there. Even 8 months is like pretty good maturity level for them to, don't they start reproducing at 6? So, and then we got all these guys as well. But their health is like, they're not worth that much money because the health is at 0 because they literally ate all the food in the barn. Anyone ever watch the movie Snatch? Tell me someone in the comment sections watched the movie Snatch when when Bricktop goes as greedy as a pig. That's a good movie. If you haven't seen Snatch, that's a good movie. It's pretty funny. So yes, long story short, I think I need to get a new trailer. Our trailer, this is what's on sale right now, so nothing. This is a good Forge wagon. This is a good Forge wagon for 65 grand. That's a pretty decent price, but different gameplay series. What I was kind of thinking was potentially getting this trailer. Yeah, because we can get it and it'll hold 22,000 liters or 22 and a half cubes for 20 grand. But let's go just check real quick. Say, yeah, I mean, if we sold this, it would only cost us, it would probably cost us about 10. That's probably the best deal we're gonna get. This is a good deal because it holds, it's a pretty good deal, but this is better. I mean, this is a mod. These ones are good, but they get pretty unrealistic. I don't really want to use them. 23. How much for if it's at full capacity? That's at 30. Do we really need that much? I think maybe we just upgrade to one more size. Because even if this holds 22 and a half, that'll be pretty good for harvest. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to swap out. I'm going to pressure wash this. I'm going to pressure wash it and drag it up there because I think you get a little bit more money. I'm pretty sure you get a little bit more money if you bring it right to the store and if it's nice and clean. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. And then we'll start feeding these pigs, and I'll kind of show you the system I use again to make sure these guys are fed, which is just crazy. But another thing, just before we go, we're actually making quite a bit of cash each month from the slurry. It's actually going quite well. I still got to buy a little bit of pig food. I've been buying a trailer full of pig food, and then I've been just using our other little grain truck to fill our secondary barn. Just trying to make it last a little bit. Plus, again, we're making pretty decent money each month off of excess animals that are sold. When there's a bunch that are born, they just get automatically sold off, which makes a little bit of cash, not too crazy much. But the slurry is doing good. It's like 15 grand a month, which basically pays for pig food. Yeah. So we're able to stay right around this like 100,000 mark without even really trying. Like if I don't buy anything crazy, which I'm going to buy a trailer right now, but if I don't buy anything too crazy, we're able to stay around a decent chunk of change without really doing anything other than just moving stuff to the production facilities. So that'll be good. That'll get us to the next harvest until we can start making some more pig food again. So I'm going to swap this trailer out, and then once we're back, I'm going to haul around some manure, and then we'll get the pig food all situated. All right, I'm just pulling in with our fancy new trailer, and I think the first thing we should do is fill it with a bunch of crap. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a good plan. That'll break her in. Oh, yeah. That's a fine trailer full of crap right there. Finest. It'll be nice, too. We'll be able to make a bunch of extra cash this month from the manure. I haven't really been placing a whole bunch of manure into the facility. I've just been letting it kind of stock up like it has been. But yeah, I figured we might as well pull it over there. Also, when I went and sold that trailer, I got basically an extra $1,000 for washing it and bringing it right to the store. So I don't know if that translates with all pieces of equipment, but it seems like, yeah, if you're going to sell something in the game, it's worth it to kind of clean it up and take it right up to wherever the store location is on the map that you're playing. So an extra $1,000. We got almost 9,100, $9,081 for that trailer. This one was 20, so not too bad. We're only down about 11 grand, and yeah, we'll basically make that back through these next couple months with slurry and such. Let's do another little haul around here. I mean, even at 22,000, still a lot of manure, a lot, which is awesome. The like the system of the farm is starting to work. It's like slowly starting to work. We're making good money from slurry. We're able to sustain enough money to feed the pigs, and then while making money off slurry and manure, we're able to, like just kind of have a break even with the pig food, and that lets them mature and grow and become more valuable, and then they have more piglings or piglets. Yeah, piglets. Going pretty good. The only thing we really have to dial in is just getting ahead on grain production. If we can get ahead on grain production, this farm is like dialed. It'll be making so much money, because if we can be like completely surplus with pig food, we will be literally just laughing. Okay, I'm gonna get this manure finished off, and then I'll just bring you back real quick after this is done, and we'll do the pig food. Yes, I'm just filling our little grain truck here with pig food. We got 64,000 liters left in there. Again, I've been having to buy some pig food as well, so that the one silo that we have over there, we're able to buy pig food from, and it's like the same price as in the store. So it just automatically comes out of the account. I don't actually have to remove it, which is kind of nice. But I spin around here. This barn isn't, I think it's got about 4,000 liters in it. So again, we get up close. As long as I can dump a little bit out of there, yeah, that'll work good. So now that'll just dump in as the month progresses. Let's, see if we can back this trailer over. We'll do the same thing over here. Now, I'm hoping... Okay, so we'll dump in and let's see what's left in this trailer. Okay, 13,000 liters. Okay, I'm gonna see if that's gonna get us through into the next month. Because yeah, our health is at 0% right now. I'm just gonna see if that works. So I'll bring you guys back into January, and we'll see exactly what's left in there for pig food. Okay, so we're back here in January, and those pigs went through all of that 9,000 liters and another 13,000 liters. So they went over 22,000 liters, and their health is back at 0. So we're gonna have to try this again next month. They're not starving to death. They definitely ate. They're just probably a little bit hungry. But I'm gonna, I'm gonna go through. Our slurry is now full, so we got to kind of just redo this process. I'm gonna redo this process of getting everything pulled into the production facility. But if you look up to our money, before the month, before we had slept through the month, we were in like the $96,000 mark. I think it was something like that, 96 to 98,000, and we're at 133 right now. So all that manure, that was a pretty good month for the manure and stuff. But all that manure, all that slurry that we went through, even with buying that trailer, we're like, right back where we were. Now we're going to have to buy some pig food and stuff this month. We're going to have to buy a whole bunch of pig food, actually. But it's not too bad with the amount of slurry that we're producing, especially since our second barn, they keep having offspring over there, and it really, like, it's just growing pretty good. But once we're getting 50,000 liters of slurry, because we get 25 out of each barn, once we're getting that consistently, we'll be making some pretty decent money. Now, again, that scales with how much pig food we have to make, but still pretty good return for our investment of pigs, that's for sure. So let's load this up. I'm just gonna look in this barn while we're here, while this tanker is filling up. 192 pigs. These guys got 100% health, so even with filling their barn and then leaving this truck sitting here, it still leaves this barn with, what was it, 3,000 liters? Yeah, just about 29.75, so just about 3,000 liters. So that barn works good, but we're gonna have to really fill that other one. I'm gonna have to take a full trailer load, fill the barn, and then have that trailer full with like another 22,000 liters, and hopefully that'll do it. But I'll bring you back in February and we'll test that. That's what I'll do just before I'll go, is I'll fill the barn full its full 9,000 capacity, and then I'll have that trailer full of 22,500 liters, and we'll see how much pig food they go through. So I'll see you guys in February. All right, there we go. That's what needs to be done. If we leave that full trailer with the pigs that are in there, they'll eat through all of that, so 9,000 liters, then just almost another 22,000. They'll have like another 17,000 liters. So they eat about 26,000 liters a month currently, with, like, the maturity levels that they're all at. Yeah, they're expensive little buggers, but those guys are getting ready to be sold. These guys are getting pretty close. So, not too bad. Not too bad. I'm going to keep going through. I'm going to keep trying to get them. I'm going to sell them all when they're at 2,500. So, actually, let's go sell those ones right now. Actually, I'm just going to test and see, once they get through one more reproduction cycle, if they're still around that $2,500 mark. Yeah, it's just what I'm going to kind of test and just really try and dial in the perfect time to sell pigs. Let's go check this barn over here. What are we looking at? We got 216, so that means they just reproduced, because the health is between 80 and 100%. They've got 1,000 liters left of food in here, so we're getting to that point where, like, even sitting this little truck out in front of it isn't 100% going to work for a while. Let's take a look at the actual stock of pigs that we have in here. These guys are at 2,500. Okay, and they've just reproduced, and they're at 2,500 bucks. So I'm actually going to sell them. We're going to sell those and those guys. Yeah, okay, so let's sell them. Not those guys. This was our original 24. This is the original Kobe Bryant roster. Let's go. Okay, so there. Oh, we're back up to like 200 grand. I know, I seen something come through. What is this? Those are big headers. My God, 15 meters? Sheesh. That's a big trailer. And it's a pretty good deal for a for 18. Geez, should we get that? Nah. I'm just thinking because we're gonna need it for pig food. Like we're gonna need at some point 2 units, like trailers, to sit in front of these. Like we're gonna outgrow this little truck once this barn is just the same, like producing the same as this barn over here. We're gonna outgrow that little truck. But then again, I did just sell 24 of them that are eating quite a bit of food, so yeah, we'll be able to wait. We'll be able to wait for now. But I was gonna say, where's my tractor? But I left it over here. Okay, I'm gonna go keep doing my chores. Now I'm gonna kind of keep repeating this process for the next few months through the rest of the spring. I don't think I'm gonna mess with anything on that new field that we got. I don't think I'm gonna plant any oats or anything to do it this year. I'm just gonna wait, and in the fall when we harvest those other fields, I will plant canola on it. We can send this little tractor to be out planting canola when we're harvesting the other fields and doing all the work and such. But I want to get another planter, or not a planter, a bigger seeder, which would be able to help kind of just do these fields a little bit quicker. So I'm going to be watching the stores for that. Geez, should I go get that trailer? No. No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna go get that trailer. If it wasn't a front, like those actuated front axles, I have a mod that can lock it, but yeah, I don't feel like messing with the trailer. We'll get something different. But okay, I'm gonna do our normal chores. I'm just gonna watch the stores over the next few months. If a different seeder comes through on a good deal, maybe I'll grab that. I'm gonna be watching for another tractor though, because once we start getting going with these bigger fields, doing more field work, we're gonna need one. So if I can find another tractor that's got around that 220 to 230 horse, there's a couple tractors in there. Obviously, there's other ones like we have. Um, yeah, there's a couple other tractors in there. I'm just gonna be watching the stores for. Will they pop up? Probably not, but either way, we're making such good money, and we'll be selling off a whole bunch of pigs in the fall that if we had to go buy a tractor brand new and not used, I mean, we could probably afford that. So just little things, little upgrades, and hopefully by this time next year we're getting ready to buy another big field like this one beside us. But I'll bring you guys back in the fall once I get done chores and just kind of going through the summer, and then we'll start harvesting our fields and plant that other one. Okay, welcome back. Welcome to July. It is time to harvest. As you can see, we've got wheat fields ready to go. We've got our canola field down here ready to go. We've got a bit of storm damage on these fields again. Just seems to be the kind of reoccurring. I don't know. There's been some bad storms that go through apparently. Remember that one field was absolutely destroyed, but I guess this wheat field isn't as bad as it was last year. Last year was absolutely destroyed, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard because I don't want to plow these whole fields, obviously, but yeah, I don't want them. I don't want them just destroyed and like ruining the harvest or anything. But, okay, so we got to get both these fields harvested. I'm interested to see how much I'm gonna get canola for like a canola yield off of this field. And that'll kind of determine what we do moving forward. I'm still just trying to figure it out and plan it all out exactly what's going to be the best route. But I'm thinking we'll be saving. I'm thinking we'll be saving this field or for corn. If I had to guess right now, I would be saying that this field is going to end up being a cornfield again. The big field will be canola, and the small field would be wheat. If I had to guess. Or maybe the small field will do in corn, and the medium-sized field will do in wheat. The big size will do in canola. Yeah, I think something like that. So don't quote me on it. But we're gonna get harvested. We're gonna get these fields cleared off. Let me just check and see what we got. This doesn't say we need lime. It doesn't say we need plowing or anything like that. So after all this is done and harvested too, we're probably gonna go shopping a little bit because what has come through on the stores is this. Where is it? This cedar. Now, it's not actually 25 grand because you need to get a tank for it, and the tank is 55,000, I believe. Let's just go check real quick. I read past it. So it's this unit right here. So yeah, it's 55, an extra 55, or actually an extra 57 because we'll put the extra weight on it. Um, I just hope, I don't know if we actually need this extra weight. Maybe we won't. And we'll just see if it drags good. I just don't want it slipping around, but I mean, they don't really pull that fast. They probably don't need that extra weight. I could always put it on after. Whatever, 2,500 bucks. I think we'll end up getting that planter and then we'll use that to do the canola. The only issue is that is probably going to need a little bit bigger of a tractor because it says that it needs 200. Let's just go to the sales. It says it needs 225 horse, which is what our one tractor is, but that's a pretty big hill on that new field, and I just don't know if it'll be able to pull it up that field. So we'll test it, we'll see, and we may have to get a new tractor, which is fine because I'm just gonna go into the pig barn here. We have so much money sitting in pigs. Like if we go through and we look at these, like 2,500, 2,500, 2,400, 23, 23, like even though it wouldn't be very strategic with their reproduction rates, like the barn is full. I mean, we could scrape together like 4 or 500K just off this, and then we can go get basically whatever we need at this point. A bigger cedar will be better just to kind of help us out on these fields now that they're getting bigger. That one came through on a deal. It's 9 meters wide. Like, it's a pretty good deal. We would maybe need to get a new tractor, but worst case scenario, this tractor's 230 horse, which might be able to do it for us, 89 grand, or we bite the bullet and we get this one and we can put the big engine in this. I don't know exactly how much it's going to be. Oh, that was 142 for the big engine. But if we get to 239, 131, I think I would just bite the bullet and put the big engine in, but it all depends how much money we can get from the pigs. I don't think any of these will just go up to like 195, 190, 265, but it starts at 160. Yeah, no. These ones go up to, let's just check this real quick. Ooh, that one's 90 grand and it goes up to 260 horse. It's a pretty cool looking tractor too. Okay, so yeah, like we got options of stuff that we can use. I didn't even know I had that mod installed. That's awesome. I've never used this guy before either. It's got front PTOs. Yeah, could be good. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth. We're gonna go do this harvest, and it's just gonna be a back and forth of me pulling stuff off the field. We'll be going back and forth to the silos, making the pig food, and yeah, we'll get both these fields done. Again, I don't think I'm gonna worry about baling this just yet. We'll go back to baling once we really get pig food set and we're good to go. But yeah, let's get these fields harvested. All right, so we got those fields cleaned off. I just have our gray tractor out here working with the cultivator, getting this field cultivated. I'm gonna get this one done first because I still think this field's gonna be planted with something this fall, whether it's canola or no, this will probably be the wheat field. I'm thinking it's gonna be wheat, and we're gonna plant that other big field in canola because it seems like we get the least amount of yield from canola. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna leave a tractor working on that field right now, and then what I'm gonna do is I think we're gonna go and spend the money and get another tractor, a bigger tractor, and to get that other seeding unit, the one that's on sale. So I'm gonna grab this right now. We'll buy this. We're gonna have to go pick this up at the store. If we have to sell some pigs, we will here, but let's go in and let's go grab a tank for that unit. Where is it? Where is it? You'd think for how many times I've been in here, I would just be able to know exactly. So we need this tank. I'm going to take the weight off for now. Just save a little bit of cash. If we need it in the future, we can obviously grab it. No big deal. Okay, so bring that out. It's nice because this will seed and fertilize at the same time. I'm going to just keep our other seeder for now, just because we don't think we'll even get much money for it. And it's not hurting anything, just sitting there. 6 grand. Yeah, like we might as well just keep it because it can be planting a small field or something if need be. But now we got to get a new tractor. So we got 99,000 left in the bank, which again, we can sell a bunch of pigs if we need to. But I'm going to go with one of these tractors. I don't know if these will go to 230. This will go to 260. So I think I'm going to do this one and I'll put that engine in it. I don't think it really matters. I don't know exactly. Wheel setup, reverse driving. We have to pay. We have to pay for it to go backwards. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Front grill. So we're gonna need a little extra cash, light configuration. I don't think I'm gonna mess with any of this right now. I mean, I want it to go backwards. I definitely wanted to go backwards. I've never had to pay for a tractor to go backwards. That's okay though. 104,000. Okay, so we're gonna have to sell a couple pigs to get this to go down. So let's go in here. Which ones? That's at 75%. 24. Dang, it would be nice to. It doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Let's just sell these guys there. There's an extra 50 grand. Oof. It doesn't really matter. I was gonna say it'd be nice to leave them an extra month, but we have so many pigs, it's not even funny. So let's go back down to this. Let's grab this. We'll put the bigger engine in it. We will put that we want to go backwards in this. That's hilarious. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Wheel weights. Adapter plate, 300 kgs. I'm honestly just gonna leave all this right now because it doesn't really matter. 1,100 bucks for new mirrors, no big deal. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave all that for right now, and we'll, if we have to make adjustments to it, we will. So okay, I'm gonna buy this tractor, and I'm gonna go up to the store. I'll also get seed and stuff, and I'll get everything kind of hooked up, and then I'll bring it back down to the farm, and we can start planting that canola field, the big canola field. Okay, so I grabbed our new seeding unit, and I went through. We got these fields cleaned off. I cleaned up all the as you can see, all the crop damage areas I went through with the plow. I upgraded our plow a little bit just to give us a little extra width. It's up to 9 meters now instead of 6, I believe it was at. I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. Let's just sneak through behind here. How you doing? Okay. And the only weird thing with that seeding unit is I can't seem to figure out how to get fertilizer into it. It's like it only shows that it has one tank. Well, like the unit itself like has 2 tanks, but let's jump over to our new tractor. I'll go show you. This thing actually sounds pretty good too. Yeah, I like the way this thing sounds. Look at that flapper exhaust. Oh yeah. But yeah, like when I hook onto this, like it has 2 tanks. I've just got it sitting over here waiting because we got to skip through into August before we can plant the canola. But like, yeah, when I connect to it, it's a pretty intense unit. Let's back up here. Hit reverse since we paid for reverse, which is awesome. But yeah, it only shows one tank, and I don't know. Like, it looks like there's two separate tanks on this thing. It says combo system. You know? I don't know. I don't know. Unanswerable questions, I think. Definitely seems like it should be putting seed and fertilizer down, but you know what? We're not going to worry about it too much. We're going to get into next month. If we got to do fertilization beforehand, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Like, yeah, it's not the end of the world. Speaking of that, I think that's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to hook onto this fertilizer spreader and go fertilize those fields that we just did so that if we are planting whatever we're planting on, at least we'll have a stage of fertilizer. I got some extra fertilizer kicking right there. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll jump through into August, and then that's when we'll start planting that field. So yeah, last few things I'm going to do is just go fertilize those quick, get a state of fertilizer on it, and then yeah, we'll test out this new planter. Okay, so she is a beautiful August morning now. I just went and checked on the animals. Both barns are completely full of pigs. We'll go deal with that in a second. I think we're gonna have to go sell some pigs off. It's basically the only thing to do at this point, and maybe tone down the food situation over this next year. But sitting in front of this new field, we're gonna plant it in canola. But I just wanted to do a couple things before we do it. I want to go in and I wanted to show you the pig food making production facility and show. So we're still losing canola the fastest, but we have produced. Where are we? We're almost full on pig food. Like we did quite a few cycles, and we still got wheat in there. We still have corn, and we still have some canola that we're able to like push through. So I think we'll stick with our plan of we're gonna do this field in canola. I'm actually gonna start this right now. Then we're gonna do our second biggest field in wheat, and then we'll do the smallest field in corn in the spring. Is my plan. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, this tractor sounds good. Let's see how this works. We'll get a worker going on this. This field is 50% fertilized. Just want to see how this is working out. Oh yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. This will go pretty quick. This will go pretty quick. I'm interested to see how it'll pull that hill. So we got to be able to jump back over in time. Just gonna jump. Yeah, we'll use this tractor. It doesn't really matter. Let's pull some slurry around, and we'll kind of plan some stuff out. Oh, let's hook onto this. We got a ton of slurry, and yeah, we got to sell a bunch of pigs. I'm thinking is gonna be. I was kind of waiting to see if we could just, get them all to like their max level, but I think what I'm gonna do just to tone down food over the next bit. Jeez, I didn't even fill this thing all the way full. What am I doing? Chin wagging here. Um, I think I'm gonna sell off a whole bunch of pigs to like tone down each barn, kind of like we did before, and really get them under control for this next year while we do our plan with these fields, and then once we get this next harvest all the way through, I think is going to be the time when we try and get these barns to 100% max capacity with like where we're only selling the pigs at their max value. It's kind of my plan, because then that way what we can do as well too is I was thinking like it's this fall right now. We could potentially buy another one of these big fields because when we sell these pigs off, like we're gonna make crazy amounts of cash. Like we'll probably make like 700-800 grand if we really clean up these barns. And so from that, we would be able to kind of do our plan of getting another field, and we could potentially get another combine. We could potentially get some bigger equipment. I don't know exactly. I don't want to think too far ahead on it. I want to just do it one step at a time. Even if we don't buy a new field right away, it'd be nice to tone down the pig barns, get a good flush of cash, and just have it sitting, and then be able to just kind of like make moves as we need to, if that makes sense. If something good comes in the stores, we can get it. I'd like to get another combine. We can get that one that's like almost 100 grand, and that's like a good option. Stuff like that. So let's. Oh, we missed. Oh no, they didn't pull up that hill just yet. Okay, let's jump back over to this tractor. Let's keep pulling the slurry around, and then let's sell off some pigs because there's gonna be There's going to be a massive amount of cash. And if we sell off the pigs, what we might be able to do over this year is not spend any money in pig food. I think I have enough made, and we might have enough grain and stuff sitting to get us at least almost through the year if the barns are, say, roughly 150 pigs ish in each, 300 total. We'll be able to really get a handle on pig food. Plus, at that point, we don't really need to be having the barns 100% full. We're better off just having a bunch of cash in the bank. So once we pull this tanker, actually I can just jump off of, oh, I didn't mean to do that. We'll finish doing the slurry. I don't want to miss seeing that planter get pulled up that hill. I want to see how it pulls the hill. Okay, yeah, it's going to do this little section. Okay. Let's pull one more tank of slurry around. And then we'll sell some of these pigs off. Or actually what I could do, I could just leave this tank right here. Yeah, there's only 2,000 in there. Let's just jump out. Shut this guy down. Let's shut this truck down. And let's go in and sell some of these pigs here. So we go down. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through, sell a bunch of these off, get them all under control. There's still 347 in there. Oh, it's gonna take a sec. My goodness, there's a lot of pigs in here. Let's sell those. There's 27 of those little guys. Okay, well we'll just leave those guys for now, I think. There's so many pigs. Okay, there's those guys. What do we still got in here? 250? Let's just get rid of some more of these. Try and get down to 150 in each barn. $187. What do we got there? Let's get rid of these guys. That's 71. All right, 163. That's close enough. That's close enough. So let's just go check and see how much we made just off that sell right there. Sold animals, 284,000. Okay, now we're going to this barn over here. Like, so we got about 150 in there. We'll try and get to about the same in this barn, and then we'll be styling for a little bit. Okay, let's start at the bottom here. $70,000. Oh my god. Oh, just another. Look at this cash rolling in. Okay, so there's 341 there. I'm just gonna go through and just see. You know, maybe we could leave those 5. That doesn't really matter. What we got here? Those are 20. What else we got here? Might as well get rid of these. There's 70,000 there. Wow. Holy crap. Oh my god, are we gonna get to $1 million here? I think we do it. There, we made $1 million. We're under 150, but there, we're at $1 million. Look at that. Oh my god. How much cash did we just get? Oh, wrong button. Let's go in. 992,000. Okay, let's get to a million. Let's sell a little bit more to get to a million. What do you guys say? What's a million amongst friends here, right? Did that do it? $1,000,000. $1,000,000 in pigs we just sold. Holy crap. I think, folks, we should just take a minute to realize that we were 300 grand in debt. We had 170 grand to our name, an old yellow tractor, and now we just sold over $1,000,000 worth of pigs. Pretty not too bad. I think that's pretty good, you know. We should be pretty happy about that. I must say indeed. Let's go back and check on our tractor and see. He's just about to pull up this hill. We'll see how it pulls. 9 miles an hour. I mean, this tractor's got 260 horse, so it should pull this hill pretty not too bad. The only thing I wish is that it was using fertilizer, you know? I mean, it definitely said this thing would fertilize, but oh well. I'm not gonna complain. We got $1,000,000. Like really, that's something to be pretty proud of. Like we got $1,000,000. We can basically do whatever we want now, especially since we have like everything pretty fine tuned. And now that the pigs are down to about 100, about 300, right? Well, no, we're less than that. Dropped it down to 6 miles an hour there. So yeah, it probably was the same on that. Like the hill is a little bit steeper, kind of on that side there. Not too bad though. $1,000,000. Yeehaw. Okay, so is this a canola field? This is a growing canola field. Needs lime. Yeah, 82% yield bonus. That's a. And then this is a canola field over here that needs to be harvested. 384,000, but we're planting this one. I don't know. I think we'll just wait and see because we might not need to buy more big fields. Here's my thought. Like it's yeah, like we have the money, we can go buy those big fields, but big fields require big equipment. It really does. Because trying to plant a field even with like a 9 meter wide planter, like this is, it'll definitely take some time when you're sitting there doing that. We've got 7.5 meter wide cultivators. When you start jumping up to those next levels, even this, it's 9 meters. Okay, we need 260 horse pulling that hill that we're on right now with that tractor. You need a 300 horse tractor, right? And then if you're gonna get a 300 horse tractor, if you're gonna get a large tractor, you might as well get around a 400 horse, and then you can get a 10 meter or 12 meter wide set of cultivators. Then you need bigger planters. Then we need bigger trailers. Then we need a bigger combine with a bigger header just to make the work a little like. I mean, unless you want to take 3 hours to harvest a field with 4 meter wide headers, that's not really what we're going to want to do. I think the main thing that I want to buy is another combine so that when we're doing, because we're going to be harvesting wheat and canola at the same time, it would be nice to have two fields going. So that would be the next thing that I want to buy is a combine. Let's just go check and see. Again, how many times do I come in this list and I still can't remember where everything is? Crazy. Like these combines are pretty good deals, right? 90 grand. Like that's a pretty good deal for a combine. I ended up finding us another set of corn headers that are a little bit bigger, and they'll fit on here good. We can still keep that other combine. The only thing I would like to do is maybe get a bigger set of grain headers. Maybe. We'll definitely, now that we can afford it, like we could get these. These are 8.5 meters wide, 50 grand. That's not that big a deal.
My sprinkler goes like this. And comes back like.
Okay, whoa, is everybody hearing that? Okay, what was that? Okay, no, seriously, what was that? That is like nothing on my computer. I have nothing else open. I have this game, OBS. What was that? Oh my god, Farm Sim just tweaked out on us hard there. What was that? I genuinely do not know what's going on here. That's crazy. Weird. Weird moment. Well, I'm glad we got to have that weird moment together. I'm definitely leaving that in. I'm not going to edit that out or anything. I don't know what that is, you guys. Like, the aliens are listening to us or something's going on. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to keep planting this field. We got to roll it. We got to do all that stuff. I'll just bring you guys back once as this progresses a little bit more. Maybe once I have this field rolled, and we'll go be planting the wheat field. I'm gonna use this planter. We're gonna just keep going. We'll use this guy, and we'll go plant the wheat field. And like I said, I'll get this rolled and get kind of our fall chores done and ready to go. Okay, so I'm just back here. I'm just backing up these rollers. I'm kind of bringing everything over here and getting set up to finish planting this field. So I got our ACGO tractor. I wanted to test it out and see if it would work with the new planters that we got, just to see if it would pull it. I know it said it needed 225 horse, and that's what that tractor is. But you know, sometimes it's a little weird with horsepower, so I kind of just wanted to see. But obviously, this is a pretty flat field, so it's pulling it just fine. Let's tab over. Yeah, 9 miles an hour. That's exactly what this thing's supposed to be pulling at. So just giving her. We're planting wheat in this field. We'll plant corn in the big field in the spring. What? It's telling me that we don't have weeds growing on this? What? Is the... Oh, okay, well, let's save the game. Yeah, oh, weeds are turned on, man. Like, this definitely should have weeds growing on it. Every time I plant, it has weeds growing on it. Maybe, has that happened to you guys? On. Field stones, that's the only thing. I don't ever usually play with field stones on just because it doesn't affect yield or anything, so I just always kind of found. Alright, well, I guess we don't have to deal with weeds on this one. That is weird. That is super weird. That's weird, man. I don't know if that's maybe. You know what though? While I was filming this episode, I had to just back out of the game quick just to. I had something come up. It doesn't really matter. But when I logged back on, there was an update, and I updated this map, and I don't know why they would ever update it so weeds don't grow. Like that's not what I'm thinking. But it just seems weird that I didn't have weeds growing when that is planted. That never happens to me. But oh well. We'll go park this stuff and we won't ask too many questions. So what's really nice about the animals now, or the pigs, is that I can just fill the barn with 9,000 liters and they don't eat through all of it and get 0% health. Like that's 9,000 liters is totally good for them, which is awesome. Um, let's go check the stores. You know, one thing I didn't check is to see if anything good. Those are 6 meters. That's what we already have. This is a direct drill planter, but it's only 3 meters wide. We do not want to use this plow. This is a small tractor, and these cultivators, we don't really have the horsepower for it. We do, but we don't. Yeah, I'm not spending 80 grand on that. Not spending 80 grand on that. I can't believe we got over $1,000,000. That's so insane. So insane. Okay, well, let's jump back over. Let's just see how this guy's doing. Yeah, I mean, basically that's all I'm going to be doing for the next little bit here. I'm going to get this field planted, rolled out, all that stuff, and then in the springtime, I'll be planting corn. I'm kind of thinking maybe in the springtime too, once we get corn planting, what we might do is build some new sheds. There's kind of some ideas I want to do with the farm just to kind of clean up some of the implements. We got some stuff just kind of kicking around everywhere, so I'm thinking we'll buy a new kind of maybe like a new barn or some sort of like a lean-to setup just to kind of, you know, why not, right? We got $1,000,000. We might as well clean up the farm a little bit, maybe clear down some trees and do some stuff just to make everything a little bit more organized and better. I think is what my plan is going to be, but I'll do that with you guys so we can kind of do it together and plan it out. And then in the springtime, what I want to do as well is get another combine. I'm just going to kind of wait and see. We'll wait and see like what pops through on the stores and all that stuff, but we're still making tons of pig food. If we're coming to the production facility, we still got a bit of canola left and we're working through it, and we got enough wheat, so we should be good. I don't know. We have 90 We have 92,000 liters of pig food in here. We're not really using that much per barn. Yeah, it'll be close. Might have to buy a little bit towards the end of the or towards the fall, but all in all, I think it'll be pretty good. And we should have enough corn left over too. So I'm not going to buy any fields just yet. I want to go through a full season with the setups that we have with like the fields, this being a wheat field, the other big one being a canola field, and then the smaller one being a corn field, just to see how that all plays out. But we did it. $1 million in pigs. That's pretty good. I've never made $1 million on pigs before, so it's pretty awesome. And now that the barns are manageable, we can just let them grow slowly. Hopefully, get pig food to the point where we just have so much surplus, it doesn't even matter. And and then we can really like it'd be cool to try and get like 1.5, or I wonder if all of the barn was full of like super mature pigs, if we could get like a $2 million sell. That would be pretty crazy. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I think this is a good spot just to end it. I'm just gonna finish doing this field. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, I really appreciate if you could hit that like, hit that sub, leave me a comment of what you think about us hitting $1 million in pigs, all that good stuff. Hopefully you guys have a good afternoon, evening, and morning, whenever it is that you're watching this. This is Ultra Farmer. Once again, I am out. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys on the next episode.